symbolic gift, and we are actually launching the new jersey which they will use at the World Cup next week. So there will be a new one which we'll present to you, but this is the current one. So until we launch it, we are using the current one. You may receive it.
We're delighted to gather here and send off our gallant soldiers or sisters going to the World Cup next month. As a Ministry of Sport and Arts, we did not hesitate to open the door when the football scene of Zambia came knocking requesting for support during the qualification process. The pledge to support the team was made at State House when we hosted the team after they had qualified to the Women Africa Cup of Nations. Government, through the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts, worked with FARS and the team until the World Cup qualification was ended. Now that the team is going to the World Cup, the Ministry is already working with FARS to ensure that the team gets all the necessary support as they leave to participate in the biggest tournament in the women's game. Ladies and gentlemen, we will once again take the front seat in giving the team maximum support to ensure that they perform better at the World Cup. As a matter of policy, the Ministry has expanded its support to the women's games through a revised Memorandum of Understanding that caters for the senior women national team. Our doors remain open to ensure that support towards the participation of women in sport is increased. We are also looking at improving lives beyond sports. We cannot overemphasize the role that sport plays in the lives of our young people, especially our young girls who for a very long time viewed sport as a sport for their male counterparts. Ladies and gentlemen, apart from providing entertainment, sport is a huge source of employment for a good number of our young people. Sport helps to keep young people away from vices that can ruin their lives, such as alcohol and drug abuse. We know that the success of the Copper Queens has generated widespread interest in football by many young girls and women. We implore the Copper Queens to be exemplary role models for upcoming footballers. I do know that there are a lot of young girls that want to become like Barbara Banda, and it is the responsibility of Barbara Banda and her teammates to be exemplary role models to our young girls that now view sport as a professional career that they should pursue. We are also aware that FARS now has a full-fledged national league that is creating opportunities for many young people. We implore the business community to utilize the opportunity to sponsor the national league and the women's game in general. I have no doubt that with the increased support, the women's game will bring even more glory to our country.
Today is a very special day for the football family as we gather in this manner to send off our gallant 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup bound Copper Queens. The history that is engraved with today's function is that this is the second time an event of this magnitude is being held for our team. The Copper Queens under the new administration have delivered success by qualifying to the World Cup after winning bronze at the Women's Africa Cup and also winning the COSAFA Women's Championship for the first time. Women's football is on the rise and more support is required to sponsor the many leagues that we have across the provinces, as well as the National League and the Women's Super League, which remains unsponsored. We therefore call upon the business community to come on board and assist us in preparing the Copper Queens as they embark on this journey where they will be the ambassadors for the country. We wish to thank government for hosting us this afternoon and for the all-round support that you've continued to render to our various national teams. FAS remains committed to reciprocating this support by ensuring that the team delivers at the tournament. In conclusion, I wish to call upon the team to repay the goodwill from your government, Your Honor, by delivering positive results, and we believe that the team will continue to be the ambassadors for the millions of Zambians who will be watching when the tournament starts in July.
This, I must say, was just for us to interact. I think, colleagues, we have all heard the history of the Copper Queens and generally the sport in the country. So this gathering, is just for us to meet and to encourage you, starting from the bench. Well done. Well done. It has to follow with the organization of the FAS team. We also appreciate you. And glad to learn that you now have different leagues in the different provinces. That is the way, because that is your nursery. That is where you get this dream, like we are seeing today. Let me not forget to appreciate the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts. We are yet to see greater things from you. We totally appreciate what you are doing. I am sure that the Zambians are seeing the work from all of you together. The result is Banda. Yeah? So you have a product because of the hard work, and you have an excellent product that we are celebrating today. The president hosted them. So you should know that I'm hosting you here on his behalf. He has been following your victories. And you have taken us this far. I'm sure you do understand how much expectation we have as a country. So I am here basically to encourage you that you have made us proud. The first team ever from Zambia to qualify to the World Cup. And I'm happy that sport is not just, it is a career. I think your PS said, at the end of the day, they are looking for livelihoods for you. You are working, as I'm working. You are also working, and that's why government will continue to support. And thank you that you have taken note of the support of your government. And your government will continue to support you. The coaching bench, I'm sure you can acknowledge that you are supported. Some disciplines are even here, they used to be jealous, but I think now, the government is trying to recognize other disciplines of sport. It is important, but I think this is a sport that has been, supported, and this government of President Hakainde Hichilema will support you as much as we can.
I want to take this opportunity to thank the government for everything that you've been doing for us as a team. And when I'm looking at us as girl child, we've qualified to the World Cup, and we feel we want to be celebrated more compared to the men that whenever much they celebrate. Looking at, it was just AFCON, but they were celebrated in a good way. And for us as women, football is just a short career. We need your help to your office. It's a team of some girls from the military looking at the Air Force, and Zambia Army, Zambia Police. I think we can really appreciate if you motivate us with maybe some lungs. We really appreciate it.